Hi, welcome to our COVE onboarding for our volunteer tutors, teachers, and all educators. Here's what we'll go over. First, a little intro on our small but warm organization. Next, your responsibilities as an educator. We will delve into safety policies and end with the support you'll have during your time with us. We are a public service organization that aims to expand access to equitable learning opportunities. We provide free, virtual educational enrichment for our communities. We started in March 2020 as a response to COVID. We've now expanded throughout New York City, became incorporated as a nonprofit, and grew into what you see today, COVE. We provide academic support and enrichment through multiple programs: one-on-one tutoring pre-K through 12 across various subjects, group tutoring with our CUNY SOEs, college access workshops, and an after-school with Common Point Queens.
COVE holds 5 values that inform our teaching and learning philosophy: care, commitment to equity, innovation, culturally responsive / anti-bias / anti-racist, and democracy.
In order to show we care, we strive to genuinely know and ask about our students, establish a safe, low-risk environment, and nurture the intellectual, emotional, and social potential of our students. Some examples of showing care may include asking a misbehaving or unfocused student, "How can I help?" or finding the underlying cause of the behavior rather than getting upset or frustrated at the student.
COVE's second core value is commitment to equity. This means that we believe all students can learn. We hold them to high standards, not watering down content. We empower them to be independent learners, and we make learning accessible.
This core value in action might look like explaining a concept in several different ways, especially when a student is struggling. Taking into consideration the student's learning style is also another way to make learning accessible. Feel free to administer a learning style survey to your student prior to tutoring to learn more about their needs.
Our next core value is innovation. Teaching in a digital space is being innovative in itself. To us, innovation means being flexible to accommodate the student's interests, moods, and circumstances. It also means thinking of ways to expand your teaching beyond traditional lecture, as well as reflecting on how students respond to different teaching methods so that you can improve your teaching. Some examples of innovation include incorporating videos and other digital platforms into lessons, utilizing multimedia such as written material, photos, songs, blogs, and games, and restructuring your instruction to integrate the child environments and surroundings.
COVE's fourth core value is democracy. It means building respect and trust between you and the student, empowering them to stay involved, giving them the freedom to choose, and engaging them with the world by being culturally mindful. How do you implement democracy in a classroom, you asked? Some examples of democracy include utilizing open-ended questions to give way to discussions, promoting non-repressive active listening, and asking for different opinions. All of these foster student engagement and autonomy and allocate room for student feedback. Student feedback is crucial, because along with putting your students first, the teacher, you, can see what went well, what to improve on, and what to change. Democracy gives your students a voice, and that is critical in a classroom.
Our last value is anti-bias and anti-racist. Respecting and honoring our students' cultures, languages, ways of speaking, lived experiences, histories, pronouns, family structure. We pronounce students' names correctly. Don't be afraid to just be honest and ask them if you don't know, and refraining from making insensitive comments. But more than just being non-racist, we can be anti-racist educators as well. What's the distinction? It means not only are we respectful, we actively work against our biases, which we all have. We actively learn about and affirm our students' identities through meaningful conversation involving family and assignments and our own outside research. Most importantly, we also self-reflect. Do we subconsciously think our worldview and knowledge is the only proper one? When unchecked, these biases influence our language and our teaching. For example, instead of, "Your family's way of thinking is wrong," we could say, "That's interesting, tell me more." Then, "Here's another way of thinking," or "Here's what you need to know for school." Think of this as windows and mirrors. Our job is to let students see themselves in what they're learning, and also to see beyond.
As a volunteer tutor for COVE, Your responsibilities include providing a safe environment for your students, communicating with your students, their families, and with your COVE liaison. Remain professional, committed, prepared, and punctual at all times. If you would like to cancel classes, please do so at least 24 hours in advance. As a professional tutor, lesson planning prepares you and your students for an enriching lesson. Some useful tips include starting your classes with a warm-up or review, using presentation practice production and I do, we do, you do as your lesson structure, and using exit slips as an assessment to help you guide your students' learning process. Last but not least, we invite you to ask yourself these following questions. What do I need to prepare for the class? What will I do or say? And what are potential challenges or confusions my students might face?
Something we've created as a safeguarding measure is a 3-tiered classroom management/safety protocol that is available on Google Classroom. Tier 1 includes minor concerns that can be resolved on the spot by the teacher, such as distracted students or misuse of video, microphone, or other classroom rules. Tier 2 includes concerns that warrant post-class meeting and discussion. Most Tier 2 concerns are repeat behaviors that are not amended with Tier 1 strategies. Lastly, Tier 3 includes severe issues that impact the immediate safety of students and teachers. This may include threatening messages to others or alarmingly negative self-talk. If Tier 2 or 3 behaviors arise, it is important to document, fill out the safety form, and let your liaison know right after. Through each tier, we are here to work with you, the student, and the family to resolve any concerns as soon as possible. If you're not sure if something is a problem, please let us know. It's always better to be safe than sorry, and we are more than happy to support you and the family in any way we can.
As a volunteer, we have a few general policies for interacting with students. When communicating with students, use the parent-approved method, typically the parent's email. Make sure to always CC parents on emails to the student, even if communicating directly with the student. In this vein, all interactions with students should be virtual and in an education context. Don't meet in person or on a non-education platform. Don't add students on social media. Don't share students' information outside of COVE. If teaching multiple students, make sure to turn off chat between them. During teaching, try to use a neutral background like a blank wall. Dress appropriately. Don't wear pajamas or revealing clothing.
Most importantly, when interacting with students, if you suspect any form of abuse or neglect, please contact us immediately at kjd2141@tc.edu. If you have questions, you can take a look at our tutor manual on our Google Classroom for more information.
As a volunteer educator for COVE, you will be supported in a variety of ways. First, you are assigned to an instructional support liaison who serves as your direct point of contact if any questions or concerns arise. Liaisons will also share relevant resources to support your needs, check in with you, and meet with you if needed. Additionally, all volunteer educators will be placed in a cohort with whom you can exchange ideas and support. We use Slack as an informal space to communicate with your cohort and your liaison, and Google Classroom as a collective and organized space where we place numerous resources as well as prereq documents. You will be added to Slack after orientation. Please stay active on both platforms as this will enhance your volunteer experience. And last but not least, COVE proudly provides professional development workshops. All volunteer educators are required to attend one workshop during their time at COVE, but are more than welcome to attend all. These workshops will help advance your teaching skills and cover a wide range of topics such as promoting a culture of care in the classroom, how to lesson plan, and what social-emotional learning looks like. Please let us know if there are any specific topics of interest. On the same week of each workshop, we will also be holding open workspaces that focus on the same topic addressed in these workshops. Tutors and teachers will be grouped into breakout rooms where you discuss related issues, ideas, and concerns with one another. Our instructional support admins will also be there to provide any support needed.
Thank you so much for joining us for our onboarding, and we look forward to working with you.